Hello everyone, welcome back to the Jimvitational 2. My name is Wild Rumpus and I'm bringing you guys a round 7, I believe, matchup right here. Yeah, it's going to be Kollin versus Triangles. Kollin I actually just covered. I'm rendering the round 5 video now. Hopefully my graphics card doesn't blow up by recording as well. But yeah, it was a exciting series. Bit of a messy game 3 against Mako, but Kollin was able to string things together quite well in the endgame to take it out, or take down the match, I guess, whatever you want to call it, win. So yeah, going to be playing against Triangles now. This is round 7. Things are winding down. But yeah, let's just get right into it. With a Pert lead against Tar. Swampert, of course, has the better end of things here. It's going to be Immense switch in. And honestly, Ice Beam maybe could have been clicked there. Instead, Kollin going to switch out to Fori. And doubles. Okay, back into Swampert. Maybe expecting a trap. But nope, it was Skarm, which will begin getting spikes down and has Taunt. Okay, so it can deny the spikes from Fori. Cannot deny. Okay, now can deny the spin. But Fortress is often paired with Pursuit Trappers. So does this Gengar want to stay in? No, it switches out. We'll see what Kollin does. Okay, stays in for the spike. Heads up play there. Obviously, with only 2 revealed Pokemon, it's very easy for Kollin to have a Pursuit Trapper. And Triangles was just playing cautiously. Kollin capitalizing. Mence does reveal Dragon Claw. Chunkin' Pert for a fair amount. 36% chip. And could have Hidden Power Grass. Gonna get scouted by Kollin. Does. And Gengar absolutely a threat here. Could KO Mence with Ice Punch. Goes for Wisp and misses, unfortunately, on the T-Tar, which, let's see, okay, looks like it is likely Lum here, as Gengar actually stays in for the Taunt. So the Wisp miss, really only materializing, oh, and his Destiny Bond, okay, so down goes Gengar and T-Tar. Alright, and in comes Arrow. So Rock Slide looking like a free click, but Triangle's surely having a Rock Resist in the back. Maybe a Swampert. Meta is going to be the initial switch in as Fori enters. And Fori could get more spikes if it wanted to, although half of Triangle's team has not, well, they're spike immune. So you have to wonder how much value that's going to provide based on what is the last, based on how well you can deal with the Metagross that's in front that got a attack boost, I should mention. Yeah, Fori just going to boom now. Okay, 2 spikes and a boom. Arrow in now. Threatening an Earthquake. It's actually going to double out. Okay, and now Tar in on Skarm. So again, with the Fori, this T-Tar, yep, there's the fire move. It's going to say very likely to be Pursuit, so it's very likely to be hitting Skarmory with a super effective fire move. Actually gets the... Oh, no, that's was not a super favorable roll. It was 54 into 52%, so Skarm was cleanly 2-hit KO'd after lefties. And now Arrow in, tanking the Dragon Claw. Might click Rock Slide. Meta in, taking some spikes. Eats the Rock Slide, only 18%. It'll live another. His Arrow should, in all likelihood, be choice locked into that Rock Slide. Heads up play there from Triangles to click Earthquake, which did not hit the Pokemon in front of him, but did, of course, hit the switch in that was expected. But the Ice Beam, there we go, snipes Salamence, as we see another green shiny enters Jolteon. Now, with Salamence showing Hidden Power Grass, Jolteon's more likely to have Ice, I would say, rather than double up. But it's not a hard and fast rule. Celebi will be switched into on the BP, and Celebi's looking like a threat. I mean, if this has Psychic, then Gengar is going to eat an absolute chunk from it. Oh, right, but you have the Pursuit Tar, so you don't even have to worry about that. At the very least, Gengar is going to take a huge chunk here. Does get withdrawn. It is a defensive Gengar, so it survives. But yeah, it's 67% Jolteon. What is that going to do to T-Tar? Goes for T-Wave. Eats a Crunch, so this Jolteon can no longer re-enter on the spikes with the Sandstorm ticking. So it is stuck in here. First full para there for Tar. Again, any of these turns with no full para. And, oh man, and another full para. Okay, so again, it either has HP Ice or HP Grass. In one case or the other, Celebi or Swampert will be able to deal with this. Looks like Kollin going to Celebi. T-Wave again. Okay. Gold Mason, avert your eyes, because we're seeing the best move in action right now. Okay, recover from Celebi, and the fact that Jolteon went for a T-Bolt there very much indicates that it is HP Grass, because an HP Ice would be doing more damage here. Jolteon does go down now. Gengar re-enters. Very weak, will die to just about anything. But what's worth pointing out is the fact that with Gengar and Metagross together, a Choice Band Arrow does not have a good move to click. You cannot Double Edge because Gengar is immune to it. You cannot Earthquake because Gengar is immune to it. And you really don't want to click Rock Slide because Metagross resists it. Now, how weak? Yeah, I don't even think an HP Bug would be able to take out Meta. So it is a Rock Slide click. Okay, but this should just be good for Kollin, right? Unless this is Agility. If this is Agility, it can win. And Kollin actually staying in, going for Rock Slide, and it is Agility. Okay, Agiligorous does make sense on a Jolteon team. But misses the mash! But it's Choice Locked to Rock Slide. If Kollin had sacked Celebi there, and the mash hit on an Earthquake turn, it would have been over. But, unfortunately, staying in there to Rock Slide. And, oh no. Is it going to have to it does have to flinch down the Celebi. Yikes. Is it going to be able to? Mash in range. Wow. That is crazy. Okay. Triangles and Kollin having a little chat. I had a very amicable chat, I should mention, about the hacks in this game, because there were many full paras, and of course that flinch in the end game made a pretty big deal. That being said, I mean, I feel like if Meta cannot take out Celebi in one hit, which was not the case here, then going Celebi, well, if you go Celebi and eat the mash, then you, that's still like super risky, and you're banking on a miss regardless, because again, if you switch in Celebi to the attack, then it no longer survives 2 hits because it takes one on the switch in. So kind of a tough place there for Kollin. Had opportunities for sure to win that with just a little bit fewer hacks, but nonetheless will be Triangles 1-0 lead here in the set, moving on to game 2. And it's going to be Pert lead again against Skarmory lead this time. And Mag gonna find this trap and finds the KO. Okay, so in all likelihood gonna be Magnet on that Magneton. Does not outspeed the Moltres. On an earlier set, I forget with whom, I saw Moltres slower than the Magneton and it tanked a Thunderbolt, which was a surprising interaction. Tar was representing a rock move there, so it brought out the Rock Resist in Flygon, but it was a Crunch Click instead. And with the Spadef drop, ooh, Ice Beam, that Triangles is very happy to have scouted that, because you can take another Crunch, but you absolutely cannot take an Ice Beam. And Blissey enters. So far, Triangles looks to be having a Superman. Just Moltres and Flygon as a pairing tends to indicate that. But Superman, yeah, and here's the defensive Zapdos. Superman very much likes to have 3 spikes down and just trade spikes with the opponent. And Kollin actually doing a good job of, with that Skarm in, just not clicking spike, right? Typically, that's the first move you want your Skarmory to click, because you just want to get spikes down as fast as possible. But in this case, Kollin very clearly recognizing, hey, that Blissey's probably the only Pokemon that is spike weak. There might be a Misdreavus in the back as that Superman spin blocker in many cases. Could be all sorts of things. And it could be a spike weak. That is not off the table. But Roar Zapdos in the meantime getting quite a bit of spike chip wrapped. Jesus, I cannot speak. Okay, there's the Misdreavus. Spike chip racked up. There we go. And Kollin's full team is revealed as well, so no spinner. Okay, Misdreavus getting out of the way of the attempted T-Tar trap here. And I believe these Misdreavus usually run Spadef investment with rest, just because most of the spinners that you're blocking, such as a Starmie, are going to be attacking you specially. So yeah. Okay, there's an Aroma Bliss. Makes sense. Yeah, just pretty standard Superman structure here from Triangles. And yeah, I'm sure that Kollin's team structure has a name, but I don't know it. Okay, Pert enters here, maybe scouting a Zapdos Hidden Power. Will be switch out into Misdreavus now. Oh man, Curse Swampert is a threat, but Misdreavus often runs a trapping. Yeah, there's the mean look. Oh, an Ice Beam. Uh-oh. So I expect to see Perish Song come out here. Yes. And, oh, you know what? This makes sense. This Swampert, this Curse Pert's only attack that's physical is probably Earthquake, which of course Misdreavus with Levitate is immune to. So the Swampert is stuck attacking into the relatively high special defense investment of this Misdreavus and unable to find the KO, getting trapped here. And this was a big threat. I mean, Moltres probably has a, between Moltres and Zapdos, there's probably ice coverage, or excuse me, grass coverage. But still, that Swampert was looking like a real win condition. So the fact that Misdreavus was able to get that trap off, definitely providing some value on a slot that is really here more so for, I mean, it provides value in the spin blocking. It can be nice to like trap Blissey and things like that Moltres and Zapdos kind of thought into. But yeah, in matchups against, well, this isn't spikeless, but no spikes have gone down. You're not necessarily expecting Misdreavus to be doing all the work, and being able to find such a crucial pick there is, of course, quite important. As Tar going to be 1v1ing Blissey here, Earthquake not going to find the KO, and Blissey is faster, so it can just heal if it wants to. I wonder if Triangles just continued attacking, trying to read a potential Focus Punch. But yeah, just staying outside of Earthquake range, this is now looking really good for Triangles. Had Blissey gone down, then you definitely have stronger options. Okay, a nice second Leech Seed click here into Zapdos, which could just rest if it wanted to. Nope, it's going to switch out into Moltres on the BP into Flygon. But with Triangles' own Flygon, I mean, how do you make progress, right? Yeah, because the Rock Slide is doing absolutely nothing. Flygons can carry Toxic. I suppose it could theoretically even... Okay, yeah, it's actually Triangles' Flygon with Toxic. But your main way of making progress as Kollin... Okay, spikes are going to go down now, only to pressure Blissey, of course. Yeah, your main progress of... your main progress maker for Kollin is honestly wearing down Flygon, which you can kind of only do with Toxic, or if Triangles just decides to suicidally... No, because Tar's too weak to even, click Ice Beam. So you basically have to wear down Flygon with Toxic, which means you have to kind of deal with the Blissey first because it has Aromatherapy. This is a very, very uphill battle, to say the least. And especially if Collins' own Flygon does not have Toxic, then yeah, there really isn't much progress to be made. And, I mean, on Triangles' side, not an exceptional amount of... I mean, there's no, like, strong win condition here. But Tar is Spike weak, so eventually... I mean, Tar can only enter once at 14%. If Celebi doesn't have... Did Celebi click Recover? It did click Recover. So it's got something to do, but... Yeah, I mean, if you just stay here, for example, and keep clicking Recover in front of the Blissey, you're going to get frozen, you're going to get crit. You're not going to win that long term, in all likelihood. You can Hacks by getting rid of all the Ice Beam PP without... Okay, with the Leech, you can kind of stay in a little longer. There's the Freeze, but that Leech going to get a fair chunk of HP back. Somebody could switch out if it wanted to. Decides to stay in, stay frozen as well. Moltres could click whatever it wants here. I mean, a Wisp into a Flygon switch would be devastating. T-Tar Sack makes sense here. Triangles does just click Flamethrower. And that is now one of Collins' sacks gone. So, yeah, it's looking like a slow wind down here. Sub does go up for Flygon, but again, how do you get through the opposing Flygon? It's going to be a Hidden Power click. Not sure what Hidden Power that... It could be Bug is a likely one for Flygon. It shows Rock in Rock Slide, Earthquake, Sub, and then the Hidden Power, which Bug would make sense here. Nevertheless, both these Flygons not really good at touching each other. That's I probably could put that more profoundly. And in fact, long term, just peppering in some Earthquake clicks here. I wonder if Kollin's trying to catch a Blissey switch, or just trying to, you know what it is? It's that Kollin is trying to preserve the hidden power PP on the protect turns. So there's just mind games there. But that took what, 3, maybe 4 rock slides to take out the substitute. So this set actually pairs quite nicely against Triangles' own. Oh, here comes the rest though. Against Triangles' own Flygon. Had Kollin found a rock slide flinch there, that would have been able to pick up a KO on Misdreavus, which would have been quite nice. I mean, Misdreavus is not a huge wall necessarily to this Flygon, but it's another Pokemon, and especially if you can just kind of keep rest looping, it's just PP, because the win condition now for Triangles seems to be pretty clearly that you just want to PP stall the Flygon, right? It's kind of the biggest threat. These rock slides will absolutely destroy Moltres, will do a chunk to Zapdos, and Blissey will not be able to stand against a bunch of Earthquakes. So yeah, if you can eliminate all the PP on Flygon, then you kind of just win. I mean, of course, well, Leech Seed Celebi is really not that big of a deal, right? Because Triangles has a Moltres at the end of the day. It's unlikely that this Celebi has, I mean, Recover Leech Seed BP, it probably has an attack, but yeah, no way to boost, no way to really punish a Pokemon being passive in front of it. Pretty easy to deal with. So yeah, let's take count of the PP here, because again, this is really what it's about. And we see 10 rock slides left. Interestingly enough, in this kind of scenario, I wonder if, as Triangles, okay, Misdreavus asleep again here. And because Misdreavus switched in, okay, nice hidden power click there. I guess Misdreavus was in range. But because Misdreavus switched in there on the attack, means that it can't just keep like rest looping. As the sub now goes down, this could give a free switch into a Pokemon for Triangles on the sub. Nope, stays in. It's Triangles at 9 rock slides left. Okay, so Triangles Flygon is getting down there. 8 rock slides for Kollin. And if you run out of rock slides, then Moltres walls your Flygon. So you really want to preserve that PP. Earthquake PP is probably the least useful here, just because it only hits Blissey. And yeah, with Ice Beam, Blissey is going to do decently well against Flygon anyway. You might prefer Celebi leeching it up, doing things like that. You can substall the Blissey if it's leech seeded at least. Okay, Earthquake here, but no Protect gets clicked. Now it's going to be a Rock Slide. Man, I mean, it's actually kind of up in the air. I feel like, because Misdreavus switching in means it took so much damage, it just can't switch in again, it can't find a rest. Blissey does not want to switch in on an attack to heal up the Misdreavus. Another hidden power click. Oh, that was my Windows telling me that the video is done rendering. I'm sure that got picked up, so that is the round 5 game, Kollin versus Mako, that you all saw probably some days ago. Oh, that's a big turn. That might just do it. Flygon from Triangles. Oh, and it looks like I missed the turn before it actually, where Kollin commit to the non-sub and actually dodged a Toxic, only to do it again and eat the Toxic. But now that Flygon's Toxic, it's kind of over, right? Now there is permanent form progress here for Triangles. I wonder if Kollin gave up, because subbing, unless he's out of subs, no, plenty of subs. Yes, you are very close to getting PP stalled with 3 turns left. Maybe the reasoning is that with only 3 hidden powers, or 4 or whatever it was at the time, you cannot afford to give Triangles' Flygon an extra turn of leftovers recovery by subbing, and you have to play super aggressively to break through. But in any case, I mean, it was just a very strong position from Triangles. It was a PP stall both ways, to be honest. But even if Triangles' Flygon got PP stalled, it was still going to be a very strong wall against Kollin's. I mean, we saw that it took so many turns just to wear it down to where it's at now, which is only at 40%, right? So yeah, Flygon versus Flygon Stally endgame here, but Triangles was definitely ahead kind of the whole time. Yeah, interesting endgame. The Superman prevails here with, I guess, well, it tends to win by stall in some cases, but yeah, also wins by just racking up those spikes. Nonetheless, though, Kollin, unfortunately, someone who I have incidentally been covering quite a few of the sets here in the Jimvitational 2, is going to be knocked out, and Triangles will proceed. And the tournament's going to be winding down. I don't know the structure for the end. It might just be like 1 or 2 more rounds, like losers finals or something, losers semis, something like that. But yeah, I know definitively this is actually going to be the last set that I'm covering here for the Jimvitational 2. This is the first tournament I did any Pokemon commentating for, and I had an absolute blast, so I really appreciate the opportunity, and I am, yeah, just thankful for all the people who complimented me, told me that I'm good, reinforced my ego, and just people who enjoyed the series in general. Very fun tournament, and yeah, that's all from me. Hope you guys enjoyed. Donate to the prize pool if you can. Sub to the channel if you are not. And yeah, we'll see you all later for more Jimvitational 2.